Welcome back to Terrier Nation. I'm your host, Benson Lin.
And I'm Austin Cottrell. On this episode of Terrier Nation, Mason Jablonsky and James Ninneman cover men's ice hockey. Then, Brooke, Alessi, and Kyle Finn update us on women's ice hockey.
We'll hear from Tyler Davis and Claire Smieszny about both men's and women's soccer. And finally, Henry Dinh-Price lets us know all about field hockey.
All this and more tonight on Terrier Nation.
Thanks, Benson and Austin. The star-studded BU men's ice hockey team is skating their way into a brand new and highly anticipated season. The Terriers were ranked first in the nation in preseason polling from both USCHO.com and USA Hockey, the Rink Live. That being said, BU has gotten off to a slow start on the ice. In their season opener on October 7th, the Terriers needed an overtime period to beat Bentley 3-2. A week later, the Terriers lost to New Hampshire 6-4. I'm Mason Jablonsky, that's James Ninneman. So James, at this early point in the season, what's the deal with the BU men's ice hockey squad?
Well, Mason, right off the bat, I think that quite frankly, these Terriers need to introduce themselves to the net. Just walk up to it, extend their hand, and say, "Nice to meet you." You know what I mean? In all seriousness, though, I think it's too early to really tell what to make of this team. Definitively, at least. Their loss to UNH really came because they got killed on the power play. They gave up 2 goals with a man down, and they were unable to convert when they were up. I believe it was 3 times they were up. And honestly, it's a fluke, Mason. These Terriers are a much better team than UNH. Obviously, you have to win these games. You can't play down to your competition. But if I were a betting man, I would not count these Terriers out. It's too early to make any definitive opinions about this, and I would say, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely, James. The team still has a lot to iron out when it comes to playing as a unit. But when you look at this roster and its outstanding individual talent from top to bottom, there's plenty to be excited about as we glide through the season. Devin Kaplan, Dylan Peterson, and the man with ice in his veins, Quinn Hudson, are just some of the stars back for more in the rink. And of course, there's Quinn's brother, Mr. Lane Hudson himself. The reigning Hockey East Rookie of the Year is pucking up right where he left off, earning Hockey East Player of the Week honors on October 9th. So James, who are some of the players that you have your eyes on?
Well, I think right off the bat, honestly, the very obvious name that comes to mind is Macklin Celebrini, right? This guy is projected to be the #1 overall pick in the 2024 NHL draft, and he's shown no signs whatsoever of slowing down since his arrival at BU this year. The freshman sensation has already notched 3 goals and an assist in his first 3 games on the ice, and he is showing absolutely no sign of being intimidated by the hordes of scouts who are packing the Gannis Arena to see him play every week. And let's not forget about Macklin's brother Aiden either. This guy is also a stud. He was drafted 171st overall by the Vancouver Canucks last year, and now he's here shooting pucks at BU. These Celebrini bros, man, they're cold as ice, and I'll be keeping a close watch on them throughout the season.
Yeah, way to light the lamp, James. Beautiful. We'd be fools not to celebrate the Celebrinis, who are joined by a bevy of other new faces on the squad. In the first period of his debut against UNH, Tom Willander fired a one-timer into the back of the net for his inaugural collegiate goal. Willander grabbed an assist earlier in the stanza, becoming the 9th player in the past 5 seasons to log multiple points in his collegiate debut. And then there's the new goaltender, Matthew Caron. The junior racked up 21 saves in his BU debut against Bentley.
Absolutely. Mason, I know you're a fan of Magic.
Yeah.
What do you have up your sleeve this time?
Well, James, it's not my sleeve that you have to worry about today. In fact, I've got something a little different for you today. I've got quite a magic trick, or perhaps more appropriately, I should say, a hat trick. What do you think about that, James?
Like a triple whammy?
Well, not quite. Check out this bad boy right here. This is my BU cap. It's empty right now. But if I can make a hockey puck appear out of thin air and fling it out at you, my man, then the Terriers will return to dominating on the ice. Shall we give it a try?
Why not?
Perfect. See, look, empty. And let me just work some magic back here. Just look away. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and just spin this around a bit. There we go. Some magic there. And let's see. Whoop. What's that?
That, Mason, is a golf ball.
Oh, Okay, well, that's not right.
That's not right. What are you doing? You're a fraud.
Well,
You're
I'm
a fraud.
just a little rusty with my hat trick. Let me try that again. Okay, let me just look away for a second. Let me just go back here and.
Feel like I'm playing Jeopardy right now.
There we go. Okay, we'll stir up that bad boy, sprinkle in some extra magic seasoning for you. Okay, you ready? Let's see. Here it comes. Ho!
Trying to kill me? What are you doing?
I just call that a shot on goal, James. And I'd say that's a good sign right there. What do you think?
That was in fact a hockey puck.
Yeah.
I guess the Terriers are going to win some games. What can I say?
Well, there we go. Now it's time for the fellas on the ice to pull off a hat trick themselves.
I suppose so. Kyle and Brooke, over to you with women's ice hockey.
Thanks, James and Mason. The Lady Terriers season has officially started, and so has the tenure for new head coach, Tara Watchhorn.
The team had a challenging start of the season, to say the least. They were swept by their Hockey East rivals, 5th-ranked Northeastern Huskies, losing with a score of 4-1 on the 6th and 2-0 on the 7th. The Terriers fell 4-1 with senior Catherine Fulham netting the lone goal. Freshman Mari Peterson recorded 22 saves in her college debut. After the game, Watchorn commented saying she was happy with the performance her team put on, but there is more to learn as the season progresses.
For Game 2, the Terriers traveled to Northeastern, where it was a defensive battle for 95% of the game. With 5 minutes remaining in the third, the Huskies found the back of the net and added on with an empty net goal. The game ended with a final score of 2-0.
We are excited for their return to the ice and look forward to seeing them back in action. Let's send it to Claire and Tyler with an update on soccer.
Thanks, Brooke and Kyle. Men's soccer has been lighting it up so far this fall and shows no signs of slowing down. They're leading the Patriot League with 4 wins in conference play, and it's been an exciting first half of the season. One of the highlights was their 4-1 win over Navy in a rematch of last year's Patriot League semis. Senior Atan Rosen was the star of the match for the Terriers, recording the first goal of the game and an assist. However, this comes as no surprise, as Rosen has been a stud for the Terriers all season, with 5 goals and 2 assists for a team-leading 12 points. Let's not forget about our senior goalkeeper, Francesco Montali. He is another Terrier that has been key in the team's success, playing 990 minutes so far this season and only has 9 goals against. That win against Navy put BU at number 1 in the Patriot League standings over a fierce competitor in Loyola, Maryland. Set to play them October 28th at home on Nickerson, it should be an exciting game and will also be a crucial one as one of their last games of the regular season. The result will set the tone for the conference tournament. Tyler, what's the latest with women's soccer?
Well, Claire, the women's soccer team is having an interesting season so far. Their conference record started with 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. In their most recent Turnpike Trophy game against Holy Cross, the Terriers unfortunately fell short with a 1-0 loss. However, the Terriers still put on quite the performance, and I have to say that goalkeeper Celia Braun was the star of the match. She had this incredible save in the 74th minute where she fully extended her body to prevent a shot on goal from 15 yards out. Though it should come as no surprise of her impressive performance, as Braun has played 1,260 minutes so far this season. Another star on the team is midfielder Juliana Giannino. Having won Patriot League Rookie of the Year for the 2022 season, she's proving her abilities once again this year, leading her team with 13 points, having 5 goals and 3 assists so far. The Terriers currently rank 3rd in the Patriot League, but hopefully they can gain a few more wins to boost them to the top spot by the end of the season.
Thanks, Tyler, for that update on the women's soccer team. Now over to Henry with field hockey.
Thanks, Claire and Tyler. The field hockey team suffered a disappointing 1-0 loss in Patriot League play against Lafayette on October 14th, dropping their record to 7-6 and 2-2 in the Patriot League. With the loss, BU now sits in 4th in the league standings. With only 4 playoff spots available, the last 2 league games on BU's schedule will be absolutely crucial. They must take care of last place Colgate on October 20th, and then will look to pull off an upset when they play first place American on October 28th.
Despite the loss to Lafayette, the Terriers have looked strong as of late, winning 4 in a row prior. Senior midfielder Talia Steensens has been the key contributor throughout this positive stretch, with 4 goals and 4 assists in the last 5 games. And in their last 2 wins, BU has been clutch, beating New Hampshire 3-2, whose record sits at an impressive 11-4, before beating Columbia 2-1 2 days later on the backs of fourth quarter comebacks. After the comeback win against New Hampshire, BU head coach Sally Starr said, quote, "I just can't be more proud of this team and the grit that they showed. They turned it up in that fourth quarter for sure." The Terriers must rally once again with only 4 regular season games remaining in order to punch their ticket to the Patriot League playoffs and have a chance at the league title. That does it for field hockey. Let's throw it back to Benson and Austin at the desk.
Thanks, Henry, and that's all we have time for tonight on Terrier Nation. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and X for the latest Terrier sports updates at Terrier Nation 10. I'm Benson Lin.
And I'm Austin Cottrell. From all of us here at Terrier Nation, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.